He's nodding. They seem to have agreed on something.
Okay, this
works. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a little bit short-ranged into a Nivea. I can't say that I love it because you are a little bit more prone to, I mean, well, dying. But ultimately, Cap's going to take full advantage of his passive. I think proccing it very early on in the laning phase, definitely not a bad idea, but I'm expecting him to base soon. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, while we've been yapping away, look at the CS discrepancy that's been built up. The Kaza plus Nico. Oh, hang on a minute.
BB. Decimating smash coming out. Yikes, almost there. BB flashes. Bear trap on the road. Will get the pullback, but BB dismounts before it can. Yike now trying to trade back onto Broken Blade, but the violent tendencies means he will remount. Forces Yike away. Kaza had to burn the flash. It was exchanged on the bottom lane. LeBron burnt flash and heal for just Busio's heal. Gets the root though. Hansama on the chase with the Void Seeker. First blood to the Nico.
The top lane dive though.
Ishal's impact lands onto Kaza. No escape for him underneath the tower. He will fall. And he
something. Skirmishes having control and this level 6 about to tick over. I don't think KC can fight this.
Skirmishes gets this smite. Yike goes in for it. Gets the smite on the Scuttle Crab. Gets the 6. Between worlds they go as Skirmishes has to flash away. Yike will fall first. But now Hansama's caught in the pit. And KC collapsed on him in the final auto. A boomerang finds its mark and returns the gold to Kalist. A 1-for-1 in the end, the exchange.
Well, with the jungler going down, there is no hope of getting the dragon. It will just be the push, but Busio still fishing mid. Lebrov should be able to escape away with this. But now, like, look, Kalist, solo boss.
Tangle barbs. Busio locked up in the Glacial Storm. Busio's down! How
Fruits to top up his HP, gonna push another wave. Might look for a cheeky recall as well. Maybe look to pick up that blasting one to give him a little bit more damage in the 1 versus 1.
Ooh, Broken Blade looking at Yike here. 3 grubs already completed. Yike could look for the chase. Estimating smash. Pocket pistol gets him just out of range. Nature's Grass though there for the follow-up, and Broken Blade can't get back on Skull. A bramble
sort of crack in the armor. Not really too much to show from KC, but you already kind of said it. Cap's opening up, but no!
Back by Busio. Flash pulverized for the follow-up. Skirmishes coming in, looking for the Impale. Lands it on 2! And he'll pull Busio back. Kalist uses the barrier. Busio almost falling. Hansama not going to flash for it, but they fall anyway! Skirmishes passive.
Continue to open up this lead for Hansama.
Unstoppable onslaught. Skirmishes going to get in the way of it. Becomes a relatively stoppable onslaught. The Pop Blossom there for the follow-up. Still no flash here for Kaza as he's pulled back with the Impale. The flash a couple of seconds away, but a couple of seconds might as well. Greedy contest at best. Skirmishes is looking, poking his head in. LeBron doing the same. Skirmishes though needs to be cautious. Hansama on his way across does have the killer instinct. Drake down, secured by KC. The Shape Splitter clone will spot out. As Yahoo is looking for Caps, goes in between worlds, still has the egg. Busio there with the knockup. Headbutt first, alongside the pulverize. LeBron trying to trade it. The TP was cancelled in the top side by BB, and now Busio has overstepped a little. Pop Blossom in, Busio tries to dodge it. Uses the unbreakable will, but that is damn well broken. G2
Yahoo isolated on the bot side of the map. Skirmishes cutting off his escape. The bot wave is being pushed. He's trying to TP out.
He's trying to TP out. You can't do that in front of a Tangle Barbs. Goes across the veil, invisible underneath the tower. Puts the damage back onto Skirmishes, but with Hansama on his way as well, G2 will just clean up the kill.
Yahoo tried his hardest to escape away, but all he ends up giving is an assist across to Hansama. Riptar will be taking the interrupt on Skirmishes, but can you really get much more?
Busio maybe thinking he can stop Caps from getting the push in here, but if it was a bit greedy, maybe just trying to distract because they're going to try and dive BB in that top lane. Nature's Grasp out on Unstoppable Onslaught as well for the CC. He remounts on the Skull, and now the dive becomes a little bit more precarious. BB with the pocket pistol, still Yike able to secure the kill, and the TP coming out from Kaza. In draft, we were doubting whether the Nico first pick Infernal up in 90 seconds time for either team. Whoever is able to claim it. Busio here. Well, that's a bear trap on a rope, but it's cow trap it seems. Lands a knockback onto Broken Blade. He'll charge away towards the top side, but dismounted now. Flashes in, is met by an axe from Kaza. And just as I said, Busio wasn't having the best of times. He finds Broken Blade, who remounts again. Skull not so cowardly now. In the end,
which to me it seemed like they wanted to give that gold to Kalist desperately. Yeah. They wanted to feed it to him. Broken Blade remounts. They then get Sivir in range. The game down once more. They need to buy time to get to those late game items, to get to a point where they can fight on even footing, because the way things are going, G2 is just picking KC apart.
And Broken Blade's going to try and keep him at bay. Yike trying to get in there, pulled back with the bear trap on the rope. Kana TPing in now, Busio there as well. The Shape Splitter spotted Yahoo, but the Baron already secured. G2 sneak it away.
You can't just wait around. With this kind of gold, you've got to push the issue, and they did just that. KC holding the defense.
Yike looking for the Nature's Grasp. Busio goes in onto Caps. The Impale not going to connect too much as Busio still tanky enough. Skewmon falls first. Yahoo gets him. Hunt Summers next up. That goes to Kalist. And now Caps, you got an egg, but you're likely to be scrambled pretty sharpish because Yike is on the flank. The Samurai Siege was broken against the blue wall of KC. There's an egg. Crack it in twain. KC finds 3.
It cannot be happening again! G2!
Look at that scoreline now, 3-1 and 2. KC may very well have done it for a 3.
Potentially here for G2, but KC want to try and stop it.
Caps' lead has shrunk. And KC now stepping forward. Nature's Grasp. Skewmon tanks it up, so does BB. Hansama looking to get in towards the front line. Rob goes in, Hansama dives onto Yike. There's the Pop Blossom, it finds 3! Hansama trying to get across the Decimating Smash, Kalist goes down, Hansama gets a double. Hansama will fall for it, as will LeBron, not quite! The Ishtar's impact locks Yahoo against the wall, and Yikes, Busio tries to get in, he can't! G2 fight back again!
Hansama was quick to shut him down. G2 fight back, and they will secure the Dragon.
It looked like KC may have just found the angle again at the start of that fight. Kalist spell shields the Impale from Skewmon, and Yike all these brushes with the saplings and make sure they try to go through, but Yike's
there's a crystallized Flash Frost. You can check the bush, but you can't check the Razor being picked. A charge in from Broken Blade as G2 are trying to close us out of the game right here, right now. The bear trap on the rope will pull back the Aurora, but she manages to escape. Kana TP'd in, was caught up in the Pop Blossom, but he just walks out too. Jungler down though for KC means G2 should set
his former jungler, and it will result in the Baron once more for G2. His avenue of escape is cut off, and then G2 go on the offensives.
They know KC expect them to be on the bottom side. Yahoo with the weirding, dodging back. Ishtal's impact going wide, but there's the Flash Frost, and that is a very dead Aurora. G2 find 1 on the top
They're
side.
going back to the tower that almost resulted in their downfall.
Yike hasn't reset. They're hoping that G2 will stay thin, and they can try and look for a play in the midway, but there's the pings.
G2 playing through 2 lanes, have another Baron buff up minion wave here. Yike still looking for the Nature's Grasp. Caps moving across, Kana going forward, Skewmon locked up, Nature's Grasp doesn't hit onto anyone, and Broken Blade is diving the backline. Kalist has to use the barrier, manages to escape for now.
He's running for the hills, but G2 are able to move through walls.
Yike has the flash, Ishtar's impact, Killer Instinct forward, the Impale immediately, and Yike has no way to escape. Timber goes the tree, and perhaps with it, KC's hopes of winning this final.
KC fought back valiantly in Game 3. They were able to make the comeback.
Setting their sights on the Nexus, setting their sights on first stand. It's KC who took that spot last year. And G2 will have their vengeance. There's the crystallized. Busio has to use the unbreakable will and still almost dies. Nature's Grasp coming out. Busio will survive the grasp. They line up. TP behind. Unstoppable Onslaught is going to land, but only onto Skewmon. Between worlds we go. As KC, one final roll of the dice. Broken Blade though diving through them. Still survives. G2 escape relatively.
A little bit more time. They'll look to secure this mid tower, get themselves a bit of gold, and maybe get this Civet.
That needs to be answered if you're KC.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to take this tower if you leave him alone with it.
I mean,
there
he's
he
gonna
goes,
take
it's
it.
gone. He hasn't engaged yet. He's actually going to back away from that flank. The damage on the Yike is good.
He uses the stopwatch, but he can't get over the wall, has to use his flash. Flash in from Kana with the Unstoppable Onslaught. Nature's Grasp coming out as well. Hansama blocked up there by Skewmon, the counter crystallized. Good knock back on the Pop Blossom, but Kalist has to flash himself. TP coming in from Broken Blade. Busio trying to get in the middle of 3. Hansama dives in, there's the GA. An Angel perhaps, as Hansama will fall. Kalist is back up. KC are holding on! KC are holding on! Kalist survives! G2 all die, now it's all on Caps! He has the egg, he flashes away from the two-fold hex and still finds one Skewmon.
Though a GA significantly longer than Azanya's Hourglass. G2 looking to make the same thing happen again.
Busio force low, crystallized double stun from Busio. There's the Nature's Grasp as they look for the on the hunt engage. They go on Skewmon, the double onslaught finds the backline. It's Anivia, Pop Blossom lands onto Busio. Hans Summer kills Kana. Meanwhile on the backline, Kalist still standing. A killer instinct from Hans Summer and an instinct to kill it seems. But now Hans Summer locked up by Yike and Yehu, and Caps and LeBron need to run.
It's another...
Needs to make a miracle happen.
Loses his Banshees as he gets met by a sapling. Lebrov on his way out. Yike there on the wrong side of the crystallized glacial storm doing a lot of work. Caps dodging away from the weirding. Yike falls towards the top side, two-fold hex. Lebrov looking for it. Goes on to Yike who uses the twisted advance to dodge the CC. Caps in egg. Now it's all on Lebrov. The dragon down to 2,000. Yike gets the smite. Caps is revived. Will take out Yike. Caps trying to trade onto Yahoo. Dodges the weirding. Dodges the weirding. That's the route. G2. Double stop one, a Pop Blossom, G2 and Caps.
And done with Yehu still alive. He's able to take out Hans, and we return to live with a Baron being secured for G2.
They're at the inhibitors. There is no inhibitor turrets remaining. G2 get to play with their food as they stand on the cusp of winning the series.
Yehu up in 9. The countdown continues. Busio looking for the engage. No flash on Kalist. No escape tool for him, no flashes. For most of
the 500 CS win condition Civet. We're not quite there yet, 17 more CS.
I think full build counts, Betty. I think it counts, and KC will be hoping that it does. BB towards the top side being met by Yehu. KC now need to defend 3 lanes at once. Supers crashing towards their nexus, knocking on their door. G2, they've been here before. They know how to do it. KC trying to defend. Nature's Grasp coming out.
Caps.
Root only lands on the Shape Splitter. Skewmon dodges around to the side, but BB's on the Nexus. Opens it up. Hans Summer goes in with a killer instinct, and now there's no turrets remaining for Karmine Corp. Bear trap on the road from BB. Will pull Kana to the side. Busio looking for the trample, but he just can't get in. The crystallized down. The Nexus still full HP. The G2 are poking and prodding and trying to find a weakness in KC. Yike has taken a chunk. Another as he falls to half AP. The dive in and Hans Summer is killed. No instinct to kill. No Zonyas. No time. G2 now. Will you continue to advance in a 4v5 or do you get
Immediate
behind him?
Zonyas.
Nature's Grasp coming out. Yike's got a flash.
But BB's in the base. This is what you were talking about.
Oh, BB is in the
they're
base.
caught between 2 different areas, and now he's just going for the inhibitors.
KC retreating. KC retreating. It's like, can we catch Broken Blade? He immediately backs away. That's Elder to G2. 20 seconds on the Baron means it will be 2 for the price of 1.
All right, Elder Dragons
into making sure they can fend against him. G2 will get the Baron.
Busio.
Busio looking for him. Skewmon flashes away. On the hunt was popped there by Kalist, and now KC need to get up towards this top side. Nature's Grasp out from Yike. Kana going in. Caps spots the stopwatch between worlds. Yike immediately evaporated. Pop Blossom from above. Lands a 2-man.
BB's in the base.
Busio dives back in. BB's on the Nexus towers. And the walls come tumbling it down. The blue wall fell by the siege of the Samurai. G2 win LEC versus.
What an incredible Game 5. What a way to close out LEC versus. KC fought tooth and nail to the bitter end. But G2 just